Earth signs. I'm going to do a love reading for you guys. This is going to pretty much be for people who have a love interest, someone that they may be dealing with. Doesn't mean that you're in communication at this time. It's going to be a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate with you, that's that. If this video triggers you in any way, I don't know what's going to come out. So if it triggers you in any way, understand that that's further validation as to work that you still need to do. If you feel the need to be so kind to like, share, possibly comment, and subscribe, that would be nice to help get these videos circulating to people who may really need some guidance. Alright, let's see what's going on in the connection. Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's past energy. Maybe in the past it felt like a burden. Let's see what's going on in the connection. So it's going to be like a story time. I'm going to let the cards kind of tell the story themselves. Wow. This connection has forward movement. It looks like it's moving positively forward to stable commitment and honest emotions. This looks like a connection that's able to kind of weigh out the bad and the good and harness those energies to really propel you forward and to have success in the union. We got the Tower under the deck. Maybe you didn't think that it could actually come together. Ooh, Earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You got some good energy going on here. This does look like a connection that's moving forward to commitment and stability. Yeah, someone is going to express their emotions if you are not currently in communication and expressing these emotions, which it doesn't feel like. It feels like this is what's coming in. So as far as this connection, it seems like it's moving in a way that's going to kind of shake the foundations of this connection. Like I said, the Ten of Wands is at the bottom of the deck when I cut it. And it definitely feels like you've moved out of a burdensome energy or hard times in the connection. And you're moving towards a more delicate, graceful, harmonized approach. And that's going to change the foundations of the relationships. That's going to shift the dynamic. And it's going to leave you two more interconnected. Oh, let's keep it up, cards. Let's keep it up. Yeah, the Lovers. I think you guys are going to make the decision to not only love yourself, but put the love into each other. You're going to put the love that you feel into this connection and really do something about changing the way that it's been built so far, changing the way it is now. But it has to come from a pure place. It has to be birthed out of a genuine desire for each other. And with a genuine desire, you really want to steer clear of any past experiences. Look at that. You want to let old experiences and the old ways, the old dynamics of this connection really end. This is a cycle ending here. And again, with the Ten of Wands being in the back, I feel like you guys have learned how to manage better. And this feels like something that's transpiring now. So you two are getting a better understanding of where you stand emotionally, where you stand in the connection, and where you stand spiritually. And ultimately, that's bringing you to this wrap-up on a positive front. That's amazing. Really balanced and giving to each other equally. That's beautiful. Okay? It's like you realize that you guys are a partner. You guys are each other's partners, and you have to do things for the team. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I knew I was going to see this. I think you guys are really going to put in the work to to grow this. Look at that elevation. Once you restore balance, you move to a position where you're able to focus on the things that need to be changed and where you guys can expand in your connection. And ultimately, for some of you, it's going to lead you down the aisle. But for others of you, it's going to just put you guys in a place where you feel like the scales are balanced, where you feel like like you're getting the justice that is due through all that you've been through in the past. And I'm not going to dig into the past because I'm going to let the story time tell us about where it's at and where it's going. But you guys are really... It's like you're learning how to put aside petty differences as well. And learning how to agree to disagree on character traits, that you enter the connection with. Now, it's all good to evolve and change for the better, but I don't see your partner walking in as someone who's trying to change you, but I think they are recognizing your change and recognizing your growth. This connection is growing, and old ways are cycling out. I really see you guys putting in a lot of attention into the things that you want to really mature and to really evolve. It's like you recognize that you don't want to get comfortable when you feel comfortable. You want to continue to expand and travel down a path of uncertainty together. See where it takes you. And I think that's what you guys are doing. You're going to come together really letting the old cycle end, not carrying that previous baggage. And you're going to go down this path together as partners, and really traverse this path of uncertainty together. You guys are really going to go with the flow and see where it takes you. And I think it's taking you to love, and to a higher level of love with each other. And with the victory card behind that, the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Wands. And going with the flow, you guys can have a victory together. And you guys can have self-fulfillment and really welcome in a new passionate opportunity together. But there's still things that need to be changed, okay? There's still ground that needs to be covered. It's like a bigger picture. You're letting the picture broaden. And you're obtaining that higher understanding. Okay. So those of you who have a love interest in mind, I really see this going to a really balanced, harmonious place. And you two really birthing something new that is going to take some trust. It's going to take some willingness to really compromise and to be expressive and to really be stern in yourself and know what it is you bring to the table, what it is that you want brought to the table, and how you two can really merge those energies and move forward in this connection and really allow love to be the glue that holds the new foundation together. This previous foundation may have been built on passion. I'm seeing that with the fire here. This love may have been previously built on passion, but now it's going deeper. Okay. Yeah, it's really going deeper. You see that? Through everything you've been through, you're going to really be blessed abundantly for it. It was like It was like all the work you have to do. Um, the way I'm seeing it is like planting a seed, and you guys did the work. You dug into the ground. You moistened your soil. You planted your seed. You nurtured your seed, and now this is the point where the seeds are really growing and becoming a strong base for what you two are growing. Okay. And just as a tree grows, you will reach new heights together. Okay. You will reach the cups in the sky. That's your goals. That's your fulfillment. Wow. This is really going somewhere. What else is going on in the connection? Is there anything you need to know what's going on behind the scenes in this connection? Yeah, see what's going on behind the scenes in the connection is a an ending to all that self deceit, the mind playing tricks on the connection, the previous experiences being held on to too tight by way of and eventually causing this mental confusion, this mental anguish. That's coming to an end because you guys are learning to see eye to eye, and you're reaching a point where you can actually come in with true, authentic communication. Communication that's like first thought. That's my honesty. But I don't see that. I don't see it being harsh anymore. I feel like before it was defensive, and this sword was more at an angle, of pain rather than being, confidence that's not necessarily as threatening or painful. I think if you know your own truth, you can better accept others. And just because, you know, and I feel like you guys had two different viewpoints on what love looks like. And I think when this person came in and you realized that you cared for this person, the way that they expressed love wasn't the same as you, and you took that a certain way that caused you pain. But it's about learning how to love each other and learning the way each other loves. Everybody doesn't love the same, and that's one of the things about falling in love. It's so unexpected. It's about that heart connection. Okay, and when you love somebody from the heart and it's true, authentic love, that's unconditional. And you have to figure out now what conditions are we able to operate under together as a team, as a unit. How are we being fair to each other? You know? How are we being fair to each other? Because when you enter a relationship, it's time to explore. And you're going to have to explore that person for the rest of your life if it's a marriage or whatever. But you know what I mean? If you're entering a relationship, it's a continual state of exploration. Okay? You two are continually trying to get to know each other because you're continually changing. So I see this as a connection that's able to evolve together. But you've got to find some common ground with each other where the way this person communicates it still hits your ear in a way that is acceptable to you and vice versa. There's going to have to be a way where you two learn how to communicate and kind of express love in a way that brings that puzzle together. It's like you're trying to fit, the way I'm seeing it is fitting the wrong piece of the puzzle to the wrong piece because one of the other person said it goes there. Rather than actually sitting down, communicating, and seeing what piece actually goes there. It's like, no, I said it goes there. When I told you it's not fitting, take a look for yourself. No, I don't need to see it. That kind of bickering. But I think that was also more of a past energy, especially I'm seeing the Ten of Wands in my head again. So it's like that was attached to that old burdensome connection when it was still toxic before you two had truly evolved individually. So with the evolution of self, you're able to come together and have a completely different basis to the relationship, structure to the relationship, a completely different view. And you two understand that it's also going to take work to rebuild this, and not only rebuild it, but get the inside of this, the internal of the structure, the internal of the relationship. You're going to have to get that back together too, and you're going to have to figure out how each room should be set up together. And that's the many facets of love. There's so much work to do. You don't get bored. You can't get bored in your partner, not when it's someone you love, because it's always going to be a reason to harmonize and to celebrate the love that you two have for each other. And I think that's one of the main lessons that you two had to really learn. And it's not about, look, 333, it's not about anything external. It's not about again, anything external. It's about the way that you two are able to ground your connection through your higher qualities, your higher selves, through your intuitive nature, to really bring this connection together as partners and see each other as a unit. This is interesting. It's like the cards are trying to tell you that there's a chance for success here. Whoever is your love interest, there's a chance for you guys to really have something that for some of you leads to marriage, and for others of you leads to a really long-lasting commitment that ultimately will grow you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So either way you flip the coin, you're truly at a gain here in this connection. That's beautiful. I think I'm going to end it. I'm going to end the story there. Yeah. Bottom of the deck. Last three. And I was going to end it there. Get clear. Okay? Get balanced in oneself. Really reawaken to not only your desires, but to the new opportunity you have in this connection. This new opportunity you have to balance yourself in the connection. And you're going to actually have to do some initial groundwork. This is not a point of indecision, because, and I do feel like you know what you want. You know you want this connection. So it's time to really do that initial work for those ships to have reason to come in. You've really been made new here. You've really been shown and gotten the opportunity to experience, deep emotion with the foot in the water. And you've got to experience being deep into the 3D side of life, with the foot in the grass here. And now it's time to rebirth and have that balance and really set a good stride in what you're trying to obtain, and as far as the connection and as far as your life. So what's going on consciously in the heart space, earth signs? What's going on consciously with your partner in the heart space? Can I get one more? So consciously in the heart space, your partner knows that they need to free themselves. And you know what? I seen the Ten of Wands in my mind's eye. So your partner has already freed themselves. So what's going on in the heart space is adapting to this freedom, adapting to this rebirth, this opportunity to experience in a new way. finances and career. I think your partner is really trying to become financially stable in order to rebuild. In order to rebuild. But what I am going to do is get you a clarifier. Let's get one card for yourself. One card. Yeah. Justice back at the bottom of the deck, along with the Empress back at the bottom of the deck. Okay, we already have these cards out here, and so it's bringing further significance to the fact that your partner is really trying to bring justice and balance to this connection and to their life. They're really trying to see things differently and act. I heard act accordingly, whatever that means to you, but it's like I'm seeing this card like they're really trying to reinvent themselves. And that's for whoever shoe that fits on, but they're really trying to reinvent themselves here. This person is really trying to get in tune with their star player. They're really trying to tap into their selves and their higher selves and utilize their raw power to really bring a better position to their life and in this connection. This person really wants to balance the scale. I think this person has been willing to deal with their karma in order to help unlock new avenues within themselves. And I think this person is really utilizing that energy that's coming from this new sense of self, this awakening energy that I feel from this. Let's see. This person is really undergoing a completely new experience and a completely new way of living life. This person has really freed themselves to be able to move comfortably through situations and thoughts and experiences and so on and so forth, to be able to comfortably move through new experiences, to really be able to move through their true self, to be able to move through their shadow aspect of self, and really find a level of comfort and assurance in who they truly are. Both the side of themselves that they are when no one else is around, and the side of themselves they are when everyone's around. This person is free and is no longer in a place where they're going to wear a false mask. This person has taken the time to make themselves free. And that brings me back to the Chariot right under that. To be able to, again, manage both aspects of themselves and move forward in control. This person is going to take new opportunities. And those new opportunities are really going to lead that person into a place where they're financially comfortable. And they're out of a scarcity mindset. And I feel like that scarcity mindset, the reason it's being brought up is because it really affected this connection. I feel like your love interest had a bit of an insecurity financially. And they really wanted to take the time to correct self and to correct their career choice and correct their finances and become more financially stable and more financially comfortable. Again, I feel like it's coming out in the heart space because it really was affecting this person emotionally, and this person really came to an understanding that they wasn't going to be able to move forward in that Ten of Wands from the past burdensome energy if they wasn't able to really free themselves they wouldn't be able to get a hold of their life. Therefore, they wouldn't be able to really, I don't want to say get a hold of you, but actually have a feeling that they can have you, you know. In a way, it kind of all breaks down to them feeling like they weren't good enough for you or possibly didn't have enough for you. Let's see what's going on. You know what? Hold on one second. Okay, I didn't want the video to get too long and I not be able to do everything or whatever I needed to do to it. Okay, so this is what's going on. Wow, a lot going on. This is what's going on in the heart space unconsciously. This is what they're working on with spirit that may not necessarily, they may not necessarily be conscious of. Outdoor and nurture. So spirit is really pushing them to go, and what I'm feeling from this outdoors card is that they're going outside of themselves and they're going outdoors to really get grounded and to really allow nature to transmute those energies. And spirit is really nurturing this person and helping this person. You know, when energies are transmuted and attachments are removed, we often need to fill those voids with positive energies. Use our will and intention to really fill those voids and not make ourselves easily able to slip back into old patterns. So spirit is really working with this person and transmuting these lower energies and these lower thoughts of themselves and really helping them get grounded, get centered and get nurtured, and to really feel that that loving grace that spirit is around, and that spirit is definitely playing its part in this connection. Being brought to the moon again, spirit is helping them have that comfort in traveling this unknown path to victory. Oh, I didn't show you guys what was at the bottom of the deck. Heart space, bottom of the deck was this could be the one. So he has an understanding of your importance and what you mean to them. Okay, and we have passion. Can't get it to, there we go. And we have passion. This person still has passion for you. And you remember when we said this was being where before there may have been the relationship was built from that strong raw passion, that fiery passion, and it's being nurtured by love now. It's being rebuilt by love. I think this person is getting a healthy understanding of passion and having a healthy passion for the connection, where it won't be you don't run the risk of, you know, starting a blaze, you know, just doing too much. You know, some people, when they really, you know, got the hots for somebody, they tend to do too much, or they tend to be shy, or they tend to put on a mask unconsciously out of some deep-seated fear of genuinely being their self. And I think that was recognized and brought to the surface, and it had to be done in order for this connection to really grow. Look at that. Gratitude. It had to be pushed to the surface. It had to be a recognition of, I don't want to say flaws, but it had to be a recognition of what was mismatched in the connection. You know, what was making this connection not reach its full potential. But again, it's moving in a direction of commitment, of love, of stability. For some, to marriage. You know, a spiritual connection that runs deep in the emotions, that runs deep and hits hits all of those love nerves. So overall, that's what the spirit wants you to know. Final messages from Spirit. We have be proud off rip. Be proud of what you've accomplished. Be proud of who you are. Be proud that you're able to even have a commitment like this. There's people who go their whole life, or a large percent of their life, scared to have love, or never experiencing love, or never experiencing true love. There's some people who hit a rough patch and never go after love again, you know? So be proud that you have the bravery to continue to charge in for your love, okay? To be able to endure the process to reach a point of victory. Okay? Be proud of that. Anything else, Spirit? So you playing. You got that many cards for me. Okay. Soul solitude at the bottom of the deck. Take some time to become one with your soul. To get really in tune with your soul. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive the situation. Forgive your love interest. Have forgiveness in your heart. Again, because it's time to be proud. And with all this green, we have a lot of heart chakra. Have this love and forgiveness and confidence in your heart. Let it radiate from your heart space. Stand your ground. And that's really connected to this forgiveness. And it's like forgiving others is not necessarily for them. It's more so for yourself. Because we know that a disease of the mind, a disease of the emotions will turn into a literal disease of the body. So in this forgiveness, be proud of yourself. You know what I mean? Stand your ground. Don't go and forgive like a punker. It's not by way of you being a punk or anything like that. And for some of you, I feel like you really feel like, why should I say sorry? Or why should I apologize? Why should I forgive this person? Why should I practice forgiveness? And again, I'm seeing that Ten of Wands energy. Because when you look at the bigger picture, you stood your ground already. That's how that Ten of Wands got in the connection. Standing your ground also means doing something for the betterment of the connection. Okay. Cleanse. I think some of you have some stagnant energy from past experiences, from that whole Ten of Wands spout you may have had in this connection. But it's time to really release it all. Really, really release it all. Okay? And with this stand your ground, I'm being brought back to the outdoors. Get grounded. Get grounded. And we have memories. A lot of information will come into you as you cleanse and release that old baggage. I feel like you're going to fill it up with positive, not only positive experiences, but the creation of more positive experiences. Well, bottom of the deck again, last one was soul solitude. You're really going to need to allow this whether you guys, again, I said, are in no communication or minor communication or whatever the situation is, that time you have with self, it needs to be utilized. It really needs to be utilized in a way that's going to elevate you both. Okay? These cards are for both of you. So you both need to do this work. You both need to cleanse yourself. You both need to practice forgiveness and be proud of being man or woman enough and strong enough to do that. To stand your ground, in a way where your forgiveness, where, how am I trying to say this? Okay. It's like standing your ground with this whole forgiveness thing because it feels so strong. Like you're going to have to practice forgiveness because again, this is coming in a positive direction. So if you wanted to stay positive, this forgiveness is part of is one of the keys to unlocking this success and this fulfillment here. Some of you just really need to cleanse. You really just need to take a spiritual bath, sage, you know, speak life into yourself. This cleanse will really get rid of a lot of those old stagnant energies, and you'll understand how forgiveness is a part of standing your ground. I don't know why it's such a big thing with this forgiveness, but I feel it so strongly. There's a real need for it. And there's some kind of recognition of self that wants to come in with these memories. And this soul solitude is really some aspect of self that you haven't recognized as powerful. Something to be damn proud of. But I'm almost seeing this cleanse as like there being a block to you recognizing that information or having that aha moment. It's like I'm seeing it like you just need to raise your vibration just a little bit to tap into a higher level of self. So whatever that may mean for you guys, that's going to be your reading. Thank you guys for watching. And do what you can to help the page out. Not only for yourself, but for those who these messages need to get through to. Whether that's liking or however you feel moved to, if you feel moved to. So have a good one, and thanks for watching.